Grave Tone.
Welcome to Grave Tone Podcast, where horror comes to life in every form it takes. I'm Megan.
And I'm Arthur.
And I know I've said this like so many times since 2026 started, but holy shit, there are so many fucking movies coming out right now.
There's too many.
It's crazy. I can't keep up.
I can't keep up.
I can't keep up. We went out of town for 1 week. And we missed
at like the worst time possible because there's like great movies that came out. Now we are like 4 movies behind.
We're so behind, and we're trying to catch up, and it's very stressful. And nobody who like doesn't really care that much about like seeing films as they come out is going to understand what we're talking about. They're all going to be like, okay, just go through them 2 weeks later, and then my brain's
not the same.
Okay, but also my brain starts being like, okay, yeah, but like this one's only getting a limited release. I don't know how long we're going to be able to go see it for. We need to plan time for it. We need to do this, and people are like, get a hobby. This is my hobby. This right here. This is my hobby. Anyway, we're coming at you with a review again this week. Hooray! So yeah, we had a couple of weeks where we didn't do that. But we had a very cool collab with Horror Roulette that dropped last week.
The previous episode was really cool.
Go listen to it because it was really fun. We got to do childhood trauma with Nellie and Anthony, and it was great. Yeah. But today we're kind of, I guess, getting back into more of a usual format, and we are talking about a new release that just came out. What is it, today, the 6th of February?
Today.
We've still been off work, and I don't know what day it is anymore.
Could be Saturday. I don't know. It could be
It
Sunday.
could be Saturday. It could be Tuesday. I have no idea. And we're talking about Whistle, which just premiered, or just, I guess, like had its premiere on February 6th. So today, the day that we are recording this episode. This is a co-production, apparently, between Canada and Ireland, which I was like, oh cool. Mary.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It was filmed in Hamilton, Ontario, which
Sure.
tracked very well for me when I was like looking at like the cast and just like the general style of it. I was like, this feels very Canadian to me. Like it's quote unquote New York, but no, it's not. That usual thing where they're like, New York is Toronto. In this case, it was upstate New York is Hamilton, Ontario.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, same thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's it. So for those who are, I guess, unaware of the premise of
like
this
me,
film.
when I went to the movie, I had no idea what it was
Yeah,
about.
you kind of didn't. I think we had seen like one
We
trailer.
saw like
for
a teaser
Yeah.
at best, and I kind of knew the synopsis of that, they get a whistle and they blow it.
And then that was it.
And then things happen.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I mean, that's a cool premise.
I guess
I'll
we'll see
take
what
it.
it's like.
Yeah.
So let me just read briefly the quick summary from IMDb. This one actually is a little bit longer, so.
Hey, for once,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know.
like a sentence. Hey, bad things happen.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, thank you. So yes, Whistle follows a misfit group, of unwitting high school students stumble upon a cursed object, an ancient Aztec death whistle. They discover that blowing the whistle and the terrifying sound it emits will summon their future deaths to hunt them down. That is the summary that IMDb gives.
Yeah, that's pretty on point.
It kind of just gives away the whole movie, though, doesn't it?
It kind of does, yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I know. Like, it shouldn't have said that it's going to summon their future death.
No. It
and
should have
stuff.
just said, like, it summons an entity to hunt them down or
Something
something.
like that, yeah.
I don't know.
That's weird.
This stuff is weird, I find.
Anyways, seriously, IMDb summaries, I don't know how they're coming about, but they're either one sentence that is nondescript or gives, like, everything away.
Yeah. So they're
You're like,
either
what?
written by an intern or by AI. I'm generally not sure how
Whatever,
they're
man,
doing
but,
it.
like, calibrate that shit.
I guess if you're going to.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just kind of like this movie studio production company that just sends it. And then
They send like a 2-sentence. They're like, here, and IMDb's
Well, they
like,
send
okay.
whatever it is, and they just
Yeah.
put it on.
And they copy paste it.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, you might be right, actually. That could be it. Oh, well. Doesn't matter.
well.
Anyway, it's just us here
Anyways,
griping about it.
So
Anywho.
death whistles apparently actually exist,
Okay, yeah, so...
which is wild.
Yeah, we're just going to do like a funny little thing here. So this is silly, but I was curious when when I'd seen the trailer, I was like, yeah, okay. And I decided to take a look since they went into some detail about this whole Aztec death whistle thing in the film to a degree.
As you do.
Yeah,
Every time we're watching a movie, I'm like, Megan, you're on your phone for the past 20 minutes. Just doing research on movies.
Because I'm doing research
on the story,
on the
on
cast.
the characters. Yeah, that's it.
In this case, it wasn't in the movie theater. I don't do
No,
that.
not in the movie theater.
I'm not
saying
an
at
asshole.
home.
I do it at home. I'm not an asshole. I don't do that in the movie theater. Fuck you. If you do that, you're an idiot. Whatever. Don't pay for it if you're going to do that. That's stupid. Your light is on and you're distracting people. You're an asshole.
It is distracting.
Yeah. So I just decided when we got home, I just decided to do like a teeny bit of brief research into Aztec death whistles. So yes, that is what they are referred
And it's
to
been
as.
3 hours. She has 7
Oh,
papers.
shut up. No. Okay. If I want to at some point I can do, but like
Oh yeah,
I didn't
seriously,
do it for
jeez.
this because I'm not sure that this movie warrants this much research. I'm not gonna lie. So an Aztec death whistle, technically, so they were formerly used by the Aztec people, who are also referred to as the Mexica people,
Right.
in Mexico,
Yeah, they've used
largely.
both those names in the movie, actually.
Correct. Yeah, that's it. So essentially, what the understanding is to a degree, there's a lot of analysis and a lot of sort of speculation with regards to their actual usage. I can tell you that the usage in the movie is incorrect, obviously. It's used for horror purposes. That's fine. It seems to have been more like symbolic and more related to like ritualistic
That makes
practices,
sense.
but it wasn't to summon the dead. It was not to summon your own death. It wasn't anything like that. It was just largely used as a in temples, I believe, that were sort of devoted to a particular wind god of Aztec folklore called referred to as I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. My apologies. Who that's it. He was a god of the wind, essentially. And so the original whistles, the understanding from people who've looked into the etymology and have studied them when they were discovered. Apparently, these were only discovered in the late 1990s,
Oh, no way.
at an excavation site in Mexico City that was dedicated to Echecatl specifically. They discovered these particular remains of a sacrificial victim of some sort who was clutching different musical instruments, and apparently this was one of them. It was a little whistle, and according to, it was dubbed the Aztec death whistle later on because obviously there was a dead guy holding it, but that's
Sure.
really the only reason. In spite of what has been popularized, they do not make a very shrill, piercing whistle noise when
Oh.
you blow on them. It's more of a wind sound because they were meant to sound like the god that they were used in rituals for.
I always remember saying that or hearing that it's like, oh, it's supposed to sound like when someone dies, their like last shrills when they get sacrificed or whatever it
No,
is.
that's
That's what I
not.
thought it was supposed to sound like.
No.
And I thought it was really cool.
It's a common misconception. They don't sound like a sharp shriek
Yeah.
sound, which is what largely they're attributed to now, including in this film, obviously. No, there have been one or two music archaeologists. That's a cool job.
That's very specific
Yeah.
and niche.
There's one man in particular, he's tested the original excavated whistles from the dig site, and he's reported that the actual sound is much softer, describes it as similar to atmospheric noise generated by the wind. Specifically. And again, if they were used in some sort of ritual or something to worship this particular god, who's the god of the wind, that does kind of make sense.
Are we sure
Obviously.
he like cleaned it well? Maybe there's like a little speck left.
I
And
mean,
it's like,
yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so apparently the more shrieky sounds are actually from replicas of these whistles
of
specifically.
course.
That's what they produce, whereas the original whistles, the understanding is that they do not actually sound like that. So,
All right. Well,
yeah. So
I
that
don't
was
see it the same anymore.
yeah, that was Aztec history with Megan for 5 seconds. Who knows absolutely nothing about any of this, but was curious after watching the movie.
Tune into her new podcast.
Oh God.
Aztec with Megan.
Oh God. I'd have to do so much more research than like a quick Google. No. Yeah. So this film was released in September of 2025 at Fantastic Fest, and it just got its wide theatrical release. Like I said, it's co-production, Canada and Ireland. I guess we should get into, since we've done everything else before we get to spoilery stuff,
Yes.
we can get into kind of first thoughts and then digs as to like how we felt about it. So, because we did not talk about this one at all on the way home. So,
No, we were
yep.
driving and I'm like, Megan, why are you so quiet? She just didn't say anything.
No, I know. I just didn't say anything.
the
So
fuck?
yeah. So yeah. I mean, tell me, how were your original sort of first
So
feelings
I
about
actually
this?
liked it a lot.
Okay.
It was fast paced. They got into it quickly, which I appreciated a lot. The story was good, interesting. I found that it took, I don't know if this is like a good or a bad thing, but it took a lot of some of the really cool elements from some of the more popular horror movies as of late. Like,
What are you thinking of right
oh
now?
my God, I'm blanking. I literally had it in my head just now. Final Destination,
Oh, sure.
Smile.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
a couple of other ones that I was thinking of while I was in the movie theater and I forgot. But anyways, so like they take those elements and mash it into a movie,
Yeah.
which I thought was really cool. I don't know, like I said, if it's good or bad, but I really liked it. You know, it's a quick one and it's good. So,
Okay.
what about you?
Um, I feel like this is a movie that should have come out like 10 or 15 years ago.
Oh,
It had a very distinctly like late 2000s into mid
it
2010s
did.
feel in
Yes.
the some of the script, the no offense, predictability of a lot
I mean,
of
look,
the
yes.
plot
Well,
beats and things along those lines. And I didn't have like a terrible time with it or anything. I wouldn't say that I hated this film, but it was very just sort of a movie that I watched that I kind of felt like I finished it and was like, I'm never going to remember this
oh,
in those ways. It had some kind of fun moments and interesting things about it, but overall, it was just kind of like a middle of the road thing for me.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, look, it wasn't like something crazy or whatever it is, but I did like it for what it was, and that was, quick, fun, great kills,
Yeah.
very good non CGI stuff like practical effects. At
Some
least
decent
I
practical
thought it
effects
was
for sure.
practical. I wasn't
Some of
sure
it
there,
is
but
for
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's me.
Okay. All
Okay, I
right.
feel like we're gonna have very different scores on this.
I
So,
think so too. So, do you want to give me your digs? How many digs are you giving this?
I mean, look, I'm always trying to remember how many digs I gave to other movies that are obviously like a little bit better than this or
Sure.
whatever. Because I'm always afraid. I'm like, oh yeah, I gave this one 7, and this one is gonna be a 6.5. But it's like, Sinners versus
Oh my
this or something
God.
like
Can you
that. Or,
imagine? Yeah, no, that would be
oh
nuts.
god, we need to have like a board that keeps
Oh, that's a good
digs, and we can
idea.
just put it on the wall.
Oh, we're going to do that. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to get a little
We're
whiteboard and
gonna
we're going to do it.
board.
We're going to
We're
get a
gonna get a
little
horror
whiteboard.
board.
Yeah. We're going to get a whiteboard or one of those like really fancy little glass ones.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. And dry erase markers. Those are fun.
Okay, we're getting off
Okay.
topic. Okay. I got the idea, just FYI for everyone. Okay.
All right.
Anyways, I say I would give it like, I don't know, a solid like 5.5 to 6 digs.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit higher than average, but like I liked it. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff that I liked. It's one of those movies that I would put on and watch again and be like, "Yep, this is fun."
Yeah, I can.
You know what I mean?
I can definitely I can definitely understand. It's one of those movies that you can just kind of pop
Yeah.
on, and you don't have to really pay attention to the entire thing to follow what's going on. Like you don't have to pay attention to every single line of dialogue or
No, no,
anything,
that's it. That's it. It's
or
very
every single little.
self-explanatory,
Yeah,
and there's great sequences and all that stuff.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm decidedly probably like on the lower end with this. I'd have to give this like maybe a 4, 3.5, 4. That's probably where I'm sitting with it overall. It wasn't terrible, but it was just, there was a lot of use of like very tropey stock characters in this.
Yes, that I agree.
That some of which I felt, and some of which their dialogue I felt in some cases was a little bit ham-fisted and didn't really make sense to a degree. So we'll get into it
All right.
with a little bit more of the stuff that we're talking about. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting with it. I didn't have a terrible time with it, but I didn't have a great time with it either.
Yeah.
Sort of,
All
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes. Shall we get into spoilers, get into our 3 favorites, get into some plot beats and things like that?
That's right.
Okay. Gary, take us over there.
You've been warned. Spoilers ahead.
Shall we kick things off? You know what? Let me give everybody kind of a rundown, a little bit of cast and stuff like that, because there were certain things that we kind of realized both while we were watching the movie. I was like, oh, wow, there's a cast in this movie
It's a good
of
cast.
people that I knew.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, well, anyway. Whatever, we'll argue about
Oh
it.
my god.
We're going to argue about it. It's fine. And give people an idea of the characters and things that we're dealing with. So, our lead character, her name is Chris. She's played by Daphne Keane, who you clocked so much earlier than
So
I
fast.
did, was in Logan. that's famously, I think, what she's most well known for, if I'm not mistaken.
It's because I'm very good at it.
Okay, whatever. She's a Spanish actress, and that's it. She, I think, had one of her debuts really in North America in particular in Logan. She played Laura, I believe, is the name of the character.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was really big in Logan,
She
and
was.
then she also did His Dark Materials, which is a TV show.
Oh, right.
And then she was in Deadpool and Wolverine,
Well,
2024 movie, because,
Because
again,
of all
it's
the
the same
crossover
character,
shit, yeah.
obviously. Yeah, that's it. And then she was in Whistle.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So she plays Chris, our lead character. Her love interest in the film is named Ellie. She's played by Sophie Nélis, who I think maybe more horror-leaning people will know from Yellow Jackets, because she plays the younger version of
You mean
Shauna.
Allie?
Oh, it says Ellie on IMDb.
I'm reading Allie.
That's weird.
A-L-L-I. I'm also on IMDb.
Huh. That's really strange.
Whatever.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anywho,
Oh, wait. Ellie.
yes.
Oh, the character name. I thought you were talking about the actress's name.
No, the character's name is Ellie. The actress's name is Sophie Nélis.
Okay.
That's it. She's a Canadian actress. That's it. In Yellow Jacket, she plays the younger version of Shauna and all of the flashbacky stuff and everything. And obviously, this year she's known for heated rivalry, so because that's everywhere. So, then we have Grace, who's played by Allie. Is that what you were looking at?
Yes.
Maybe played by Allie Scoveby. We also have Sky Yang, who plays the character of Rel, who is Chris's cousin, and then Jaleel Swaby, who plays Dean, who is Gracie's boyfriend.
And, okay, so there's also Nick Frost in this movie, which was amazing.
That was weird.
And hilarious.
I was also like, why?
It was awesome. He is the best person ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, fun fact is that Nick Frost's character, which is Mr. Craven, which is their
one of the teachers.
teachers, or is he like
He's a history teacher, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't give him any other moniker than history teacher, because why else does he know anything about Aztec languages in any capacity? Like, he wouldn't be a teacher of like science or anything, or like a math teacher. That I don't know, whatever.
So
I'm
there's
just
Nick
assuming.
Frost, who's
Yes.
really cool,
Yes.
and his name is Mr. Craven, and Allie's character, Grace, the full name is Grace
Friedkin.
Friedkin.
Yeah.
So actually, the fun fact is that those were actually
Because they're named after
of-
Wes Craven and William Friedkin.
Yes,
Sorry,
exactly.
I ruined your fun fact.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God, you ruined all my fun facts. Okay, so obviously there was that, and
Yes.
also apparently there was also a brand of cigars that we saw in the movie, apparently named after Andy Muschietti. So
Oh, that's funny.
that's really fun.
Okay, that's funny. And then also Michelle Fairley makes an appearance in this film, as well as Ivy Raymore, who she is an English actress. She played Lady Catelyn Stark in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
For the
that's
unawares.
right.
When
That's
she walked
awesome.
in, and I was like, "What? What are you doing?"
That's really cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's like those are our main cast of characters. Everyone else is sort of a bit of a side character. I guess other than Percy Hines White, who plays Noah Haggerty, who's the gross fucking piece of shit youth pastor.
Yeah, who was in Wednesday?
Wednesday. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
That's what I was looking at him. I'm like, God, that guy looks familiar. Yeah, Wednesday. So anyway, that's our cast of characters. They do the very typical, again, this feels very 2010s to me. They do the very typical, Chris has some sort of trauma that we find out about later, and then moves to a new town, which I guess is in upstate New York, because they all have New York license plates, but obviously they're not in the city proper, to live, I assume, again, unclear, live with her cousin Rel, and I can only assume his mom or whatever, who we see for like 10 seconds in the car. We don't really see anybody else. They are the weird kids, kind of. I guess Rel's a bit of a weird kid. Whatever, he likes comic books.
just nerdy.
There's nothing fucking weird about that shit anymore.
No, but seriously, like, I know the timeline is not really set in that movie, as from what I understand, but I think it is meant to be in the early 2000s.
But they're texting on like more modern looking phones than that. It has to be at least 2010s, in my opinion.
Well, maybe 2010s then.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but this movie feels like it's at least 10 years old. It's weird.
Yeah. But that's it, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. that's it. She, so Chris starts at a new school. She very, very quickly, like you said, they do not bother wasting time with any of this.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Meets Ellie as well as Grace and Dean, who's her shitty jock boyfriend on the basketball team. He sucks. Grace is like way out of his league. I don't understand.
right?
It's just, you're there, you're like, she's obviously very intelligent. Like you can tell that she's like, she obviously does very well in school and things like that. We're kind of given to understand like she gets very good grades and stuff like that, seems very intelligent and very, very out of his league. And you're just kind of like, I don't understand. This dynamic is weird. Like this is a guy who,
It's a small town middle school.
I guess,
I mean, a high school thing with like, the captain of the team.
Yeah.
And pretty girl cheerleader or whatever.
well, she's not even a cheerleader, I don't think.
Fine.
That's
whatever.
the worst part.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever. That's what I mean. This is what I mean. Some of the writing in this, I'm like,
Yeah, well, that's why I glanced it over. I'm like, yeah, just give me to the action.
okay,
That's
whatever. Sure. I can't do that anymore, I guess.
So elitist.
Well, fuck, I'm sorry, but I pay attention to it and then I'm like, this is weird. This doesn't track for me. Anyway, there is a cold open in the film in which we're introduced to the death whistle and what it does when a particular character named Mason, that everybody calls him Horse, he has obviously been using it and has done the summoning and all that jazz, and he's killed after a basketball game. And the death is actually witnessed by Dean's character who pops up. So we jump to like 6 months later, and then very conveniently, Chris finds the Aztec death whistle in this guy's old locker. And
Well, it's, when they said later in the movie is that the whistle finds you, so
sure.
that's kind of the whole point of it. Continuing.
And then for some reason, this group becomes slight friends with each other, even though there's not really good exposition to get us there in the first place, other than detention. Dean has weird animosity towards Chris for
like no reason.
Yeah, his character is really not well written, in my opinion.
That one I agree.
It bugged me. I was
Yeah,
like,
it
there's no
was-
reason for him to be this much of a douchebag to her at all. Like,
But that's because she got the locker of Horse, which is like his best friend.
Yeah, but so
I don't know, desecrating the memory of it. I don't know.
no, it's sorry. They tried to shoehorn that in, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. This
I
guy
know.
wouldn't give a fuck who she is. He would not care at all. It was very weird, and he just like he has this really weird thing about her being like a junkie because she's dealt with drug issues before, and I'm like, this is really strange. Anyway, they get together post having found the whistle and stuff like that. They get together, and Gracie, I don't know, I think the point of it is that the whistle draws you in and like tempts you to like blow on it or whatever, so she does. And since they're all there, the idea, or their deaths, I should say, or their future deaths, whatever they may be, however they may happen, are summoned. And I guess it speeds up the process, so they are killed at a much earlier date than what was, of course, going to happen to them eventually, I guess. I wonder if that negates, if you beat the whistle, I wonder if that negates how you will die later in life. Questions. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, will you die in the same way at the same time? I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not.
Unanswered questions. Anyway, so of course, it's the usual figuring out what the cursed object does, how it's doing it, and how do we beat it.
To beat it, exactly.
This is what I mean. These plot beats are like, exactly to your point, you could put this movie on and be like, I know exactly where we're going with this. Okay, good. So yeah. Okay, 3 favorites then. Shall we do that?
Yes.
You start.
So, God, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Commander. Jesus Christ. So definitely number 1 would be kind of the practical effects, but mixed with the well done digital aspect of things.
Okay, yeah.
Like that scene when Dean dies. Holy crap. Okay, I know all that was digital, but first of all, that was amazing.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
It looked really cool, and not all of it was. I know like some of it was practical, probably enhanced.
Yeah, probably.
There's a bunch of other scenes that are very like well done in terms of the scare factor of the practical effect. So I think they did a really good job at it. And it got me into the movie a bit more,
Yeah.
I would say, than not. You know what I mean?
That makes
Like,
sense. Yeah.
It wasn't distracting, but it was also well done that you're like, this is not, quick thrown VFX budget that was just kind of like, please do it in 2 hours.
Well, this is the kind of movie I think that, it does rely pretty heavily on its jump scares
Yes.
and its kills and things, to a degree. Like, that's what it's relying on for the audience satisfaction rate. So I think in that way, they kind of knew that they needed to to do something with the kills in the movie to make them interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, to make them like visually appealing, I guess, to a horror audience, to do that thing where they shock people. Like they are pretty heavily reliant on that and the jump scares. So, I mean, yeah, to that point, obviously, it kind of makes sense that they would have done it and done it pretty well.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I like that part. It was actually well done.
Okay. I think overall, I think one of my favorites, I did overall feel that the cast had pretty good chemistry, which I appreciated because it kept me within like not feeling as though these people were just like reciting lines. Now, I will say some of the dialogue in this is very ham-fisted, and I was like, no one talks like this, and a teenager would not talk like this. But keeping that in mind, I still felt that overall they kind of flowed really well, and I felt like every weird thing that like bothered me or that I didn't think felt very natural or realistic was more the writing and not really the performances of any of the actors. I felt like all of them were pretty like on it.
They were
honestly.
good.
Yeah,
especially the two main ones. I would
Yeah.
say. They're very good. I mean, obviously they were like in some pretty cool
Yeah, agreed.
movies and TV shows already, but
Like, and you know, and I know it's like a stupid thing to say like in horror and stuff like that, but I always find we don't give enough credit to people for being good at acting scared
yeah,
and something, because that must be hard. And I found that Ellie Sofinelis, I found she was really very good at that. She carried that incredibly well, and I thought that she was really good at that. The only thing that I will say for Chris is that Daphne Keane also, I think, carried it very well. What the fuck was that wig that they put on her?
What do you mean?
The wig that she had on for like the entire movie.
Oh, it's a short hair.
It was
cut.
horrible. It was
Really?
so ugly. It looked so fake. I was like, oh my God, you could knock that right off her head. Guys, come on. Like up the
Yeah, I
wig.
did not
Up the
notice that.
fucking wig budget a little bit. It's not hard. Come on now. We have access to really good stuff.
The wig budget.
If we can put the kinds of wigs that we put on people in shows like Game of Thrones and in movies like Lord of the Rings, and you can look at Orlando Bloom and think he definitely grew his hair out and dyed it blonde for this movie, then we can get a slightly better wig than the fried looking thing that she had on her head for that whole movie. She's so beautiful, and I was like, oh, why would you do that to her? She has great bone structure.
Wow. Okay, well, I guess I didn't notice because she had like a goth vibe, and I was really into it. So.
Oh God, you and your weird little goth girl obsession. Okay, what's your second favorite?
Second favorite. Okay, so I would say that it is the amalgamation, and seriously, I need to probably like sit down and think about all those things, but the fact that they took some of the more interesting things of the different movies that deal with death, right? Kind of
Okay.
like I mentioned, the Final Destination stuff, Smile, just because of how that whistle acts, you know, because the whole reason why they're all involved together is that once you blow the whistle and people who hear it will, you know,
Will become cursed.
that's it. They'll
essentially.
become cursed,
Yeah,
essentially, right? That's
yeah.
it. So like kind of a Smile does that in a sense as well.
No, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you see it happen in Smile, right? Like the curse transfers over to you at that point. And so this does have that similar sort of way of functioning to a degree. Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. So like those things I kind of like because
Yeah.
I want to say it took some of the more interesting elements and put them together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are they going to do with it? I don't know because there is a post-credit scene at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You can look it up, whatever
Yeah,
it
don't
is, but
spoil-
it
yeah, yeah.
obviously does kind of like what Smile did.
It does
essentially, if
have
you
a
think
similar,
about it.
yeah, let's not get into too many details
No, no,
there. I
that's
know
it,
we're
but,
doing
like-
spoilery stuff, but still, it's just come out. But
Yeah, but like I don't know if they're going to continue something with it or not.
depends how it does, probably.
Depends how it does, but there is, I guess, a couple of movies worth of unpacking things or doing some interesting things with it that could be
Maybe.
done. And that's kind of like my second thing that I liked. I think it was the whole premise and idea is pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
I mean, look, it is different. You know what? It's not a cursed object that we've seen very often before.
Yeah, exactly.
So that part is cool. I agree. I guess to that point, I don't know why. And I know it was like very intricate and they made it look so much fancier and everything, obviously, for the movie. But I really liked the whistle itself. I know
was
that's
really
I
cool,
know that's
right?
stupid, but you're just kind of. But I was like, oh, whoever made these props of this whistle, they look really good. They look really cool. Like obviously the ones that have been found at you know archaeological sites and things like that, of course, are much more worn down because
Yeah.
they're quite old.
But does it look similar? Does it have like a cool skull on it or whatever it is? Or is it just
kind
like
of. They look a lot.
bird?
No, not at all. No, you know what it is? They look a lot more like the face of the deity that they represent.
Oh, okay. You
I
have a
think.
photo?
I mean, there's a bunch of like different ones. that kind of, no, not these, a bunch of different ones that kind of exist online, but there are some that are like obviously very old looking from, sites and things like that have been excavated versus.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And some of those are replicas, some of those are real ones. Like it's just
Sure,
sort of a
whatever. But I
mix.
mean, like, okay, it has the similar vibe. From what I can see, it
Yeah.
has kind of like a kind of a skull or a deity at the front of it, and it has like decorations
Like
around,
the
and there's like a
faces
whistle
seem to
part
look
to
fairly
it.
similar and stuff. So
Okay, yeah.
Anyway.
That's pretty cool.
anyway, it's interesting. So weirdly, I quite liked that. Like the prop itself, I was
I
like,
don't know
I
why it
can
was
see
sitting
why.
in an egg,
No, I don't know. Well,
or it had like
it's a box. It's a
I know,
box.
fine,
for
a
it.
box, but sure. That's just a little bit more intricate than needed to be.
Kind of, but it made it look cooler.
Because like they
so.
never use it like, oh yeah, box, throw it out the window.
Yeah,
Like
you see
it
the
was
bo-
never used afterwards. They took it out of there.
You see
so
the
like,
box like
okay.
twice. But yeah, look, they could continue stuff for sure. There is a little bit of unanswered stuff for me at the end, and again, this is like a writing thing more than anything else, just because I'm like, okay, again, spoilers. But at the end of the movie, we see that the whistle is broken on the ground.
Yeah.
And then someone finds it. And I'm like, so it put itself back together. Why would it even bother breaking then? Just be like, the curse is broken.
That was the same thing at the beginning of the movie. The guy broke it,
Yeah, I guess.
hoping that it would stop, but
I don't know
wouldn't.
why it broke, though. Nobody broke it. It just broke on its own.
Um,
I did not see that shit happen on screen.
I think it's like when the guy stumbled backwards and I guess he tripped it because it was sitting on a
Okay.
ledge of a. Anyways, does it matter? No, because it just comes back all together to find the next
Yeah,
person to be used.
to find the next person
to
to
have
use
it
it.
used. So it doesn't matter.
Whatever. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Give me your third favorite.
Okay, seriously, third favorite. I know this is probably because it was her main character's Chris' dad who passed away because of her whole incident. Whatever, doesn't matter. But the soundtrack in this movie is killer.
Oh, that's my favorite, too.
It is so good. I think that is part of why I guess it reminded me a lot of, like you said, it's supposed to be an early 2000s movie type of thing, maybe mid 2000s, whatever.
There's maybe almost a reliance on but how cool do these beats sound? And you're like, yes, the needle drops are good. Thank you.
The sound was great.
Yeah.
The end track is amazing. The whole thing.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
No, they did. They had
and
a
there's
lot of
like an
good music.
emphasis on it.
Yes.
I don't think had purpose or whatever it is, but there was really emphasis on the songs.
I mean, there was for the character of Chris because she's like listening through her dad's old vinyl collection and stuff like that. That's it. See, these are like the writing things for me. I'm like, oh God, she's so tragically emo and so sad and stuff like that. And you're like, it's a little bit silly, but at the same time, but yes, it's true that it did give us like a really great soundtrack the whole way through. And I will say, even the score of the film
That's what I'm
at
saying,
different
yeah,
moments I
exactly.
found was also very well composed and produced. Like it really did what I thought it was going, I thought it kind of needed for certain scenes in the film. Like I remember particularly there's like a funny like tinkling sort of noise in the score around the time that Nick Frost's character, Mr. Craven, is attacked and killed by his death or whatever. That sounded really good. I don't know. It was just something like the vibe fit, I will say, the whole way through.
It. No, it was really well put together
Yeah.
in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that part.
Yeah. So yeah, this is one of the first times that we've had like fairly differing opinions, I
Yeah,
would say,
different
on a
enough.
movie. Like we do sometimes, obviously, for different things. We've talked
I mean,
about
like
it
sometimes your
before.
opinions are wrong, and that's okay.
Oh no, I'm not. No, no, that's definitely not what it is. Anyway, it's fine. I guess I felt kind of going in like maybe that's what this movie was going to be for, was kind of more entertainment value than anything
Yeah,
else.
that's it, of course.
I kind of think that that's really what it was. There isn't necessarily anything wrong with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
And maybe it played on that nostalgia feeling, like you said, and just
I mean, it did a little.
that gave a little bit
yeah.
more points
It
on
did
my
a little
side
bit.
of the camp.
Yeah, it did a little bit because I just felt like there were like multiple sort of, I guess, story beats and scenes themselves that I was like, my God, I feel like this movie could have come out like a decade ago, and I would have been like, yep, slotted into
that's
like
it, that's it.
that camp specifically. So anyway, listen, it's gonna be like an easy film to watch if you want like a cursed object movie. Something straightforward, something that you're just going to like, what you see is what you get, basically. This is like what the movie is. It's kind of fun. It's got some fun elements to it. It does have some good like kills and stuff like that in it that tie everything together a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an easy watch.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly. Yeah.
If you want a fun time, just go watch it.
Just go
If
watch
not,
it.
wait on VOD. It's not like the end of the world if you don't see it right away. But
No, I
you know.
will. Yeah, that's it. I don't think you absolutely have to. But yeah, at some point
but it's
watch
great.
it. Yeah. I don't know, man. We're gonna try and go see some more movies like this weekend if
We're
we
gonna
can.
try, man, but it's
We're gonna see what we can do.
gonna be tough.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. Maybe we can pop in with like a little bonus or something for something else that's come out that we've
Bonus.
not had a chance to do yet. That would be
Yeah.
kind of fun. So I think we might try and do that, and then maybe in the next like week or two, we've got other stuff coming up. Cold storage comes out
Oh
next
my God,
Friday.
cannot wait.
That sounds really fun. I think that's going to be a really fun one. I love both Joe Keery and Georgina Campbell, so
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. And Liam Neeson.
Oh yeah, he's in
Yeah,
it
I
too.
know.
That's true. I forgot. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So that seems really fun. I think that's going to be a really fun time for us. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And maybe that's what it is. We've gotten like a lot of serious movies early in the year. Maybe we just need a little horror comedy in there too. So
Please.
yay. All right. Anyway, as usual, obviously, you can follow us on all of our socials at Gravetone Pod on every platform. You can check out our website, gravetonepodcast.com, where we've got all of the episodes.
Gravetonepod.com.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Why doesn't it podcast? Anyway.
That's too long to type.
Oh, fine. Gravetonepod.com, my bad. I didn't make it. Can you tell? Oh, God. Anyway, guys, sorry. We're coming at you next week. I'm very tired. Stay scared and stay tuned.
Ciao, guys.